The underground has been going crazy recently with, I swear, a new artist blowing up every freaking day. Like artists Osamason, Laserdime, netsped, and yhapoj, just to name a few. If you are a underground artist watching this, and your ultimate goal is to probably one day go mainstream, and a lot of the times that doesn't end up happening, but sometimes it indeed does, and amen, artists end up escaping the underground. In this video, I'll be looking at 4 artists in my opinion which I think will be the next to escape the underground and go mainstream. And I'm starting with Destroy Lonely. Now, I feel like Lone is the artist who is basically touching mainstream like amen. Bro has his toes in but hasn't fully like dove in yet, bro. I still consider him underground, but at the high levels of underground. Lone obviously being signed to Cardi's Opium back in 2021, getting popularity in 2021, dropping albums Broken Hearts, but he actually wouldn't really blow up till dropping his song Bane. Alongside fellow Opium member Ken Carson, Lone and would keep getting noticed in the underground, and Lone would really start going crazy when dropping his album No Stylist, which was very highly anticipated and is to this day in my opinion his best project. And I think a lot of people can definitely agree with that for sure. And now looking back, No Stylist was a very special project, and this really put Lone on the map as the next big artist out of Cardi's label. And that same summer Lone dropped No Stylist, Ken dropped his album called X, which many people didn't really mess with initially, and they thought Lone was going to be the first artist in Opium to actually be mainstream. Like at the time, fans including me thought that Lone was going to go mainstream before Ken Carson, but that was until Lone would actually drop his album If It Was to Kill next year, which a lot of people don't still mess with. Personally, it's definitely one of my favorites of last year. Had crazy songs like Brazy Girls, How You Feel, and Fly Shit. But when Ken Carson dropped A Great Chaos or started his A Great Chaos rollout, that's when everyone started to shift their focus on Ken, and no one really gave a fuck about Lone. And at one point Lone was just getting so much hate for really no reason whatsoever, which actually would lead to Ken Carson going on a crazy run, going from the underground to the mainstream, getting huge cosigns, while people were still wondering when it's going to be Lone's turn to actually go mainstream. And I feel like once he actually drops his next album Love Lasts Forever, he will finally escape the underground. Many people argued that If It Was to Kill made Lone go mainstream because of the amount of sales it actually did produce, that being 30k, but again it wasn't really perceived well from fans because of how long it actually was, and obviously how a lot of songs sounded pretty repetitive as well. But with this next album Love Lasts Forever, if he does what he did for No Stylist and drop an album that has around 20 songs and make sure that every song sounds different, with this fan base basically being 10x of actually what it was when he actually did drop No Stylist, especially when he hasn't working with big mainstream artists like Don Tolliver and Quavo, it'll also give him a big mainstream push as well. And once Lone drops his next album this month, it's definitely time for him to actually go mainstream, and this next album from Lone sounds absolutely crazy. After hearing the songs he actually did preview, man. Another artist who actually has been crazy in the underground lately, which I think is next to go mainstream, is none other than Osamason, Osamason, however y'all want to call him. Y'all been on my ass for fucking calling him Osamason, bro, I swear to God. Osamason first blew up last year dropping a song CTSV on SoundCloud, but I really wouldn't start to notice him until he dropped his album Osama Season with his hit song X and 6. This will be huge for Osamason, as in the summer of 2023 he would really start to get noticed in the underground. And now many people consider Osamason a Ken Carson clone, but I feel like they just haven't really heard his music fully, when in reality Osa has his own unique sound. Osa would keep blowing up even more after dropping his album Flex Music, and now this album had absolute hits, like amen. If you look at Osamason's most popular songs on Spotify, it will be Rehab, Pop, Cartel, all songs on that project. And it's crazy how big of a fan base Osamason has, amen. His fan base is absolute crazy, bro. His fan base will defend him like anything, bro. And they also kind of crazy and for finding the craziest old pictures and videos of Osamason, which is not creepy at all, bro.
Y'all know what the going on, man. It's Mari back with another video here with SoFaygo TV. So we got a challenge for y'all girls today. I'm gonna flip a coin. If it lands on heads, you gotta give me a kiss on the cheek. It lands on tail, you get to smack that ass. Let's get it.
Even at Osa's shows, man, amen, the crowds be going absolutely crazy. At his first set at Rolling Loud, him and netsped were both pulling insane crowds, being so new to the underground. Also, he draws super consistently as well, which is really good for his career, cause if he's going on this crazy run but just doesn't drop any music, it'll be another Faygo situation. I think the fact that he's actually really consistent right now is definitely helping his career for sure. And I'm definitely curious to see what he's gonna do in the future and how he is gonna actually evolve his sound. And now another artist alongside Osamason who actually hasn't blowing up like crazy recently is none other than Laserdime. And now first getting popularity being on Max's Song War stream with the song Asian Rock. And now this Song War stream made the song Asian Rock blow the fuck fuck up, bro. And a big reason which actually did make Laserdime like, you know, blow up was how crazy his flows and his lyrics were when in reality his songs had no mixing. This man is really on top of the underground, making his music on fucking BandLab, bro. And a big reason why people like his music so much is that it is unique. It doesn't sound like your ordinary generic underground rapper. And you never see motherfuckers calling Lazer a clone of anyone because he actually is bringing a new sound to the underground. And I feel like if he actually gets in the studio, man, which he actually has been doing recently, and gets this shit properly mixed, oh my god, bro, that shit is absolutely raps, bro. Like, I can really see this man be the next big artist out of ATL. And it seems like he's already on the right track, as every news outlet wants to interview this man. This man is absolutely popping right now, man. Same thing I said about Osamason. I'm super curious to see how the future of Laserdime's career is gonna look like. And I'm definitely curious to see the artist Laserdime is gonna work with in the future as well. Now, an artist a lot of y'all may have actually, like, you know, lost hope after his crazy run he had in 2020 to 2021, but me personally, I still think he actually can escape the underground, no question, and that is none other than SoFaygo. And now, I'm not gonna talk about the whole SoFaygo story of, like, you know, how he actually blew up and then dropped pink cards and basically went off the map, as there are countless videos talking about that on YouTube. But basically, to summarize it all, Faygo blew up in 2021 after dropping a single Knock Knock. Knock Knock had gotten a Lyrical Lemonade music video, Cactus Jack signed him, and man, overall things were actually looking up for Faygo. But this man just didn't drop music, which actually led to him being surpassed by rappers who actually, like, you know, took advantage of what Faygo didn't do, like Yeat, for example, as Yeat was super consistent around the time both of them were actually blowing up. And now this led to Faygo basically staying in the underground and, like, you know, not going into the mainstream, when in reality he actually is talented than a lot of the guys in the mainstream. I don't care what y'all say, man, Faygo is way more talented than freaking Yeat, bro. But him not being consistent and not dropping is definitely not helping his career as well. And the music Faygo has dropped recently has been absolutely fire, like Amen. For example, that Go album he dropped last year and his new single What You Want have been all amazing. But Faygo hasn't dropped in nearly 7 months, and his shit is getting leaked like crazy. Like, they leaked this man's whole Never Apologize album along with hundreds of other songs which sound absolutely insane. Like, if Faygo dropped whatever is being leaked right now, his career would be on a different level, bro. I swear to God. And recently Faygo has been rolling out his new album called War 2, even dyeing his hair red, being in that, like, you know, whole War 2 aesthetic. And the songs Faygo has previewed off this album sound absolutely insane. But believe it or not, they even leaked this whole album as well. I don't know how many Faygo songs are, like, you know, being leaked, man. Like, hey man, this man's gotta, like, you know, change his password or like some shit, bro. But overall, many people don't think Faygo can make a, like, you know, comeback and go mainstream. I definitely think he actually can, as long as he actually, like, you know, is consistent, and as long as Cactus Jack actually promotes his music. I feel like 2024 can be a huge year for Faygo with whatever he actually is dropping next. Anyways, those are the 4 artists which I think will actually, like, go mainstream. Besides that, I appreciate you guys making it to the end of the video. If you guys enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe for more underground content. Amen. It's been your way. I'm saying, guys. Peace. Love.
Yeah, this shit on another level. Yeah, I'm just trying to make something special.